He's going to be 78 here pretty soon. So I guess he's going to be 80. Say it again? Oh, 80. I always knew he was older. My first experience with Neil was, well, let me give you the story that led up to that, because sometimes I think the chronology of how things happen is always interesting. I was working as a sound engineer for a studio called Sunset Sound Recorders. And Tutti Camarata was the owner of that studio. Now, Tutti, T-U-T-I, I think it's T-U-T-I, maybe it's two T's, did all of Walt Disney's music up to that point. So any Walt Disney film you've ever seen, it was recorded at that studio. The engineer at the time was Bruce Botnick. He was the only engineer who worked there because he only had one studio. So I was hired to come in and be their engineer on their second studio, Studio 2. So one day, as I'm leaving the studio in the afternoon, Gypsy, who was the manager, she says to me, do you think you could do a session in the morning, like 10 o'clock? Well, I said, yeah, as long as you're not going to call me back tonight. I mean, she said, no, you go home. And I said, sure. I said, who's going to come in? She said, David Crosby. And I said, David Crosby? Is that the son of Bing Crosby? I have to realize I'm a skinny little Italian living out in the sticks and come to the big city. And I didn't know who the Birds were. I just worked all the time. You know, so you folks, if you work all the time, you don't have time to. So anyway, she said, no, I don't think so, but I wouldn't ask him that question if I were. So I show up the next morning and get there around 9, sessions at 10. In those days, sessions were 10 to 1, 2 to 5, 6 to 9, 10 to 1, session union stuff. So I get there and David Crosby, Bing's son, was there. And he said, listen, I'm going to be bringing in an artist who's an acoustic artist. I just need 2 mics, one for the voice, one for the guitar. And I said, okay. He says, and I want you to turn all the lights out in the studio. I said, well, it's going to be pretty dark. You know, plug this in. He handed me this thing that looked like it had goo in it. So what is this? He says, it's a lava lamp. Just plug it in. Let's quit asking questions. So I plugged it in, got it set, got the mics for the artist came and